Welcome everybody. It's the 1230 70s class. And today we're going to work on two songs. We're going to do Mercy, Mercy Me by Marvin Gaye, and that's in the 70s book on page 196. And then we're going to jump over and do Moondance as a second song. And we're also going to really work on chords today. Okay. Now, if chords are important stuff, but what's even more important than chords? We need to know how to make the song sound like as close to the original as possible. And then after you do that, then you can take off and get creative and do whatever you want with it. But in order to get it as close to the original as possible, the first thing you need to find is a music style, okay, or a band, because that's what's going to be the basis for making your song really pop and sound. And then after that, you can get creative and start moving away from that. So what I found for this one, hands down, the best background was pop ballad. Pop ballad at 100 beats per minute. And I'm using rhythm preset 0, which gives me a smooth guitar on the top and a saxophone on the bottom. Because you got to remember, what kind of a singer is Marvin Gaye? He's kind of a soul singer. So you can never go wrong with a good organ. That would also be beautiful. But I think that guitar just kept it light because Marvin Gaye's got kind of a higher voice. I didn't find that much information about this song. It's the second single from Marvin Gaye's 1971 album, What's Going On? And of course, What's Going On was the first single. This song became regarded as pop music's most poignant anthem of sorrow regarding the environment. So if you have read the lyrics, it's perfect for like what's going on in the world right now with climate change and all that other stuff that's going on. So yeah, this is a song that's about how sad it is that we are destroying our environment. People write about what they know, and this was actually pretty good. Mercy, mercy me, things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Where did all the blue skies go? Poison is the wind that blows from north and south and east. Whoa, whoa. Mercy, mercy me, things ain't what they used to be. Oil wasted upon the ocean, and our seas fish full of mercury. Mercy, mercy me, the things ain't what they used to be. Radiation underground and in the sky. Animals and birds who live nearby are dying. Mercy, mercy me, the things aren't what they used to be. What about the overcrowded land? How much more abuse from man can she stand? Oh, 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 my sweet Lord, no, no, my sweet Lord. So yeah, it's kind of a cry to God, what we're destroying your land. What can we do? What can we do different? And for the people to wake up, we got to do something to not be so wasteful, whatever. It's a song about the environment. So it's actually very poignant for today's day as well. So
when
we're
did
going
you
to
say
learn
he wrote it?
1971.
Thank you.
All right. Now, get out your markers because it does have kind of a bizarre, type of a roadmap. And if that's the only thing you learned today, fabulous. All right, here we go. First verse takes you to the bottom of page 196 where you have the first ending. And then you have the dots. And I'm going to make mine yellow. Where does that go back to? The dots at the top of the page. All right. And then you're going to pick up the second verse. At the end of, get a different color, at the end of line 3, that's where it splits off, and that's where you want to put a colorful 2 and trace the 2 up here at the top of page 197. That's where the second ending starts. So you know that the second time you're going from the 2 to the 2. Okay, now you have some dots facing forward. So now you just plow right through them, take out a different color. You're going to play until the bottom of page 197. You have a first ending. Oh, but it continues to the top of page 198. So what I did is I made a copy of that third page so that I could have 3 pages in a row, and that way it's easier to not have to turn pages back and forth. It's not just a one-page turn. You have to turn it, then after one measure, you got to turn it back. So yeah, Let's just make a third copy. Make the dots a color. Now, where are those dots going back to? Not the beginning. Those dots are going back to the dots that are at the top of page 197. That's why if you use colors, your eyes will be able to follow the colors exactly where you're supposed to be going. All right, so let's take another color and do all of page 197. When you get to that last line, right before the first ending, you're going to put a colorful 2, and you're going to jump over to the second ending on the third page and make that 2 the same color. I know we did that kind of fast. Okay? And then finish the song. Now it says DS and fade. They're telling you to go back to the silly sign, which is all the way back at the beginning of the song. I didn't like actually going back there. You could, that's not a problem. I actually liked going back to the F in line 2 of the last page. The na-na-nas, my sweet Lord, no, no, na-na-na, my sweet Lord, na-na-na, and then I'd go back to there and fade. But that's me. If you want, you can go all the way back to the beginning of the song where the silly sign is and just keep repeating. You could do that.
Where did you say originally to go back?
Originally, it tells you to go back to the silly sign and fade.
Yeah.
I like it better on page 198, the third page of the song, line 2, where you have the F chord and the E note. Na, 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 na. Oh, na, na, na.
Okay.
I think that's just a nicer place to go back to, and it's easier because, again, you don't have to turn the page again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
You do it where you want, but that's where I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do mine from here at the end of this third page up to
The second line.
the second line. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, the chords are what are going to make this song. You know why? Because almost every chord is going to be a 9 or a major 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, so every chord is going to have 4 fingers. Yeah. So that's what's going to make this song a little bit more challenging because you guys are an advanced class and you can handle it. And it is going to make it sound very Marvin Gaye-ish, as it's going to sound pretty cool. So
Question.
I'm on pop ballad at 100. Now, what else could you use for a background? I think that's the best one, but you could also go to soft and easy guitars. We're smooth guitarist. Some of you with the larger instruments, you might want to try Kinda Hush Pop. But what I did with that one is I took off the altar style and I put the altar style on, but I took the orchestra plus off. So,
Daun, question.
yes.
For those of us who use the shorthand for the major sevenths, if we have a major 9, can we use the same triangle and just put a 9 on it?
Yeah, you probably could. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Triangle 9. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that, but yeah, I think that would be fine.
Dawn, what did you get through saying, the other settings you made? You said you do something with Orc Plus, or what'd you do now?
Yeah, Kinda Hush Pop.
Yeah,
Take the Orc Plus off.
okay,
Put the altar style on.
okay, thank you.
And just try some of these other things. Try some of your soft and easies. But once you put some of those soft and easies up to 100, they don't always sound. And so that's part of the problem. That's why this pop ballad is just it's the perfect 70s background. And it works for this song. And I also put the duet on the guitar. Okay, so did you guys follow along?
Yes, we did.
Okay. All right. Now, it's those nines that really make the song sound pretty. So there's not that much to teach in this song, as you can see. It's basically about him singing this song. And sometimes singing songs are a little bit harder to put on the instrument. So I did a lot of this. I did a lot of virtuoso stuff. Just kind of run my fingers like this up and down. And that kind of filled in the holes. And that's where you could actually, I spread some of the measures out. I took more time on some of them. You can play it the way you would sing it and just do some fill-ins where you think it's going to work for you. So don't even worry about making sure that your timing is exactly right. I think if you try too hard at it, it's going to sound like you're trying too hard. I didn't even go to the lower keyboard. I could have, because I do have a saxophone down there, and if I would have gone back, I could have gone to the lower keyboard. And the sax would have sounded very pretty. Oop, I got people in the waiting room. How do I get back up there? Oh, I don't know how to get back up there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is extra chords. And you notice I was smashing down a lot of four-fingered chords because major nines and minor nines, basically all of them are going to be 9 chords. So that's what we're going to learn in this song, is how to make a 9. Well, what is a 9? What is a 9 anyway? Well, let's take a look at a C. I don't think I have any C chords. Let's do an F chord because the first one's an F. Okay, if you've got an F and you got an F scale, now you don't have to know any of this stuff. I'm just showing you the reasoning behind it. So you've got an F scale that's a do, re, mi scale. It has one black key in it. It happens to be the B flat. Now let's number all of them. 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That G is the 9. Okay, so if we've got an F major 9, it's not an
You're just
F
doing white
add
keys?
9. Pardon?
Is that just white keys that you're counting?
No, I'm counting the scale. There is a B flat in it, so I did have to
Okay.
count the B flat.
Okay.
You count you make the scale, and then
Yeah.
you count, you give everything a number. So the G is actually the 9. It's also number 2.
1. Oh, it's 2.
It's actually number 2 as well. Okay, so when I'm putting the chord together, it's an F, A, C. Then there's a 7, and here's the difference. Is it a regular 7 or is it a major 7? If it's a regular 7, I'm going to have an E flat, because as you know, F minus 2 is E flat and F, and then the 9. If it's a major 9, it's not the 9 that's major, it's the 7 that's actually the major. So what's the rule for a 7? It's the letter minus 1. So F and E. E would be the major 7. There's the E, and there's the 9. That's the sound you're looking for, and you can actually hear those notes in the melody. Now for us easy players, how can we make it easy?
Yeah.
Okay. That first F is going to be an F major 9. F major 9. You're going to play 4 keys in a row, and you can just take these 4 fingers and just slap them down. Let's just turn that pop off and put easy on. What a pretty chord that is. Okay, so what are the notes in an F major 9? E, elephant, F, fish, G, gorilla, and A, alligator. And you just slap them all down. And then look in the window to make sure you got it right. And it should say F major 9. All right, that second chord is also an F major 9, capital M-A-J 9. Or yes, if you want to do a triangle and a 9, I guess that would work too. the D minor in line 2. Make it a D minor 9. So what's the difference? You have to do a D minor, you have to do a regular 7, and you have to do a 9. How do you play it in easy play? Again, 4 fingers. C chicken, D dinosaur, E elephant, and F fish. So you're just going from here to here.
Dawn,
Yeah,
is that a D minor 9 or D minor major 9?
D minor 9. That
Okay.
means that the 7 is going to be a regular 7. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. D minor 9. So you find the D minor 7, which you know is C, D, and F, and the 9 is the same as a 2, right? And so what's the 2? D, E. It's that way. So just those 4 keys in a row. All right, the G minor is a G minor 9. Ooh, so you're going to have to put in a 7 and the 9. So it's going to be an F, a G, an A, and a B flat, because you need the B flat for the G minor. So the chords are absolutely beautiful in this song. And here's the one that's a little bit harder. The B flat is going to be, we're in line 3, a B flat major 9. That means the 7 is going to be major, and the 9 is actually the 2nd grade. So what are your notes? A is an alligator, B flat, flat butterflies, C chicken, and D dinosaur. And I play them all up here because my fingers are short. I guess if you could reach, I can't reach that. I can't reach it if I play it in that. So play it in that upper, you could play it down here too. It's going to sound the same. Beautiful chords. First ending. Make the F and F major 9. E, F, G, A. Top of the second page, second ending. B flat, major 9. Now, if you don't feel like playing a major 9, what do you play? Major 7, 2 fingers. So B flat major 7 is A and B flat, the letter minus 1. And you'll be fine. But if you want to make it a major 9, now you're going to add the C and the D. Then it just adds a little bit of jazz spice to it. Okay. The F is an F major 9. If you don't want to play the major 9, you play major 7, F and E. If you want to play the major 9, it's E, F, G, A. It's just so pretty. That's the best part of the song, is the chords.
Hey,
The next
Dawn,
F- yeah.
are you making all of these major 9s?
Major 9s or minor 9s. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just checking.
Yep. Yep, the whole song. And it's not me doing it. It's Marvin Gaye who did it, because I went from original sheet music to find
Yeah.
the chords.
Okay,
So
it's
the
pretty.
The F on top of the page is a major 9. The second line, the D minor, is a D minor 9. Now, if you don't want to play the 9, you can just play D minor. You can play D minor 7, C, D, and F, or you can play C, D, E, and F and make it a D minor 9.
Excuse me, Dawn.
Yeah.
Both Fs on the top line are major 9s.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, line 3.
Dawn?
Yes.
Are we on page 198?
We're right now on page 197.
Oh. That's the problem. I only see one F. Okay. So both Fs are,
Major 9s. Or you could just
which
play
is,
major.
you know me.
Yep. E, F,
What are the
G, A.
notes?
E, elephant.
I'm sorry.
E,
Wait,
elephant.
I didn't. E, F,
G,
G,
A.
A.
E, F, G, A. Yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Third line, the G minor. You can play G minor. You can play G minor 7, or you can play G minor 9. Okay, so G minor is G and B flat. If you want to add the 7, it's the F. And if you want to add the 9, you're going to add that A right in between, because all 4 notes are right in a row. F, G, A, B flat. 9s are pretty cool chords. I really like them. The bottom of the page, the B flat is a B flat major 9. Now, if you don't feel like playing that, what do you play? Major 7, which is A and B flat. And then if you want to play the major 9, it's A, B flat, C, D.
A, B, C, D?
A, B flat, C, D.
Okay.
Then the third page, 198, make the F and F major 9. Second ending, make
E,
that
F,
F and
G, A.
F. E, F, G, A. Yep, you can just copy it from the other page. Second line, make it an F major 9. See, we're just copying now from the other page. Third line, make the D minor a D minor 9. Make the
C,
G
D, F.
minor a G minor 9. And the B flat a B flat major 9.
The G minor, can you, it's G and,
G minor 9 is F, G, A, B flat.
okay.
Yep. And that's it. That's it for the song. The hardest part is the road map. The chords aren't that hard, actually, because once you get used to playing all those 4-fingered chords, you're just kind of slapping fingers down. And it's not too bad. But again, if you can't play a major 9, play a major 7, which is the letter -1, the next note right next door to the left.
Sorry, Dawn, what did you say the notes were for the D minor 9?
D minor 9, C, chicken, D, dinosaur, E, elephant, F, fish.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Connie.
Don,
Yeah,
the last B flat, did you leave that or did you change it?
major 9.
Major 9, thank
Yep.
you.
Yep. Every single one of them is you're gonna have either a major 9 or a minor 9.
Got it. Thanks.
Yep. So that's the best part of the song. So that's it. That's all there is to teach on that. And yep, just like I figured, it took up only half the class. So that's why. Any other questions? Any other questions about Mercy, Mercy Me?
I have one quick question.
Okay.
I didn't get on until a couple minutes ago. Can you just tell me what the background is?
Yes, the background is pop ballad. You find that under your pop button, and it is called pop ballad, and you're going to put it at 100
Okay.
beats per minute.
Okay,
Okay, and it's rhythm preset 0. It's the rhythm preset that you bring up right here. Rhythm preset
rhythm
0.
preset 0.
Which is normal 0. Just normal.
Normal. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go over to Moondance, page 204. All right, this is one of my favorite songs. I love this. I did not look it up, by the way. I just kind of at the last minute decided we're going to do a second song. You guys have heard me sing it in concert. If you've been in the store, you hear me do it all the time. And yeah, we're going to make use of some of those 9 chords, but not that many. But take a look at the chords. You're basically going back and forth between 2 chords. Unfortunately, they put the wrong one in there. They put an E in, and it's supposed to be an E minor. So they messed up. Easy Play messed up.
Oh,
Yep. Because it's supposed to be A minor going to an E minor, not an E major, E minor. And you can make it an E minor 7 if you want, and you can make it an E minor 9 if you want.
What are the letters?
Your letters for an E minor 7 are D, E, and G. And if you want to add the 9, it's an F sharp. And you're going to do that for every single E on the first page. All those E's should be minors. And you can make them a 7 or you can make them a 9, or I like to go back and forth between the two. Sometimes I make it a 7, sometimes I make it a 9, but they're all minors. So you want to make all those E's, put a little M next to them. Second page, I believe it's the exact same thing. You want to cross out you want to change all the E's to E minors. Or 7s, E minor 7s, or E minor 9s. And if you notice, how many chords have we used so far? 2? 3 if you change 1 to a 9 every now and then? Pretty cool, huh? All right, and that's just, whoops, why is that? Oh, because I locked the tempo. Can't do that. There we go. And you're just back and forth between A minor and E minor. You're just right here. And I'm on Jazz Club at 130.
Jazz club.
That's under your swing. You can also use Jazz Shuffle, would work just as well. If you're on the
Hey,
smaller instruments, it's traditional guitarist at 130.
Hey, Dawn,
Yeah.
this is Joanne again. If you don't want to do an E minor 7, like either on the third or fourth line on the second page, you could just do A minor, E minor, A minor, E
Yes.
minor.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, absolutely. 7s are always optionable. Optionable.
Yeah,
I'm
I like that.
making
Dawn.
They're optionable.
Optionable.
So are 9s. 9s are also optionable.
Okay.
Dawn,
Yeah.
you said jazz club or jazz
Shuffle.
Shuffle.
shuffle?
Jazz Shuffle. They're both under swing.
And again, what was the tempo?
130.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any rhythm presets?
Yeah, rhythm preset 0 is pretty good, but you can use any of them. Any of them work. That's what's cool about this song. Any of those are going to be fine. This is a jazz song. This you can do the guitars. I like it with the piano and the horns on the bottom. We are going to change a chord or two on the next page. So before we just say we're done, we got 2 more pages to go.
Oh,
So, yeah, so page
Dawn?
205, the second page, line 4, cross out the last E on the line and throw it away. You probably already made it a minor, but guess what? We're
Right.
going to throw it away.
Cross out B?
Nope. Cross out the E7, the chord, at the end of line 4. Cross out the chord and the E7 chord and throw it away.
And do what?
We're going to
Throw it
either
away.
change, we're going to use our finger to change either to an alter style or to a jazz shuffle. If you didn't start with a jazz shuffle, we're going to go from a jazz club to a jazz shuffle. Ooh, we're going to do something fun. We're going to change rhythms in the middle of the song.
Wow.
Yeah. So instead of playing that E chord, we're going to use our left hand to either push alter style or on your screen, jazz shuffle. Right before we go, and all the night's magic. So that'll be something cool. All right, turn the page, 206. Because now we're in a whole different section of the song. Top line. The A minor is good. You may put a 7 on the D minor. You may put a 7 on the G.
Now hold on. The D minor 7 would be D,
C, D, and F.
C, D, and F.
The second line, you have an E. Don't make that an E minor. We're going to make that an E augmented. E, A, U, G. 3 notes, E, G sharp, C. And you can put the C on the bottom if you want. It's just going to read like a C augmented. So an E augmented in the in the middle of line 2. Line 3, no changes, back and forth between A minor, D minor. Line 4, no changes, back and forth between A minor, D minor. And now we're going to add a really cool chord in the first and second endings. We're going to change that E to an E7 sharp the 9. That's a whole new chord. E7 sharp the 9. Woo!
Oh,
This is the first ending?
Yes, we're going to do the same thing for the second ending. So that same E chord, it's going to be an E7 sharp the 9. Oh, that's a chord. Yeah.
What are the
So,
letters? What are the
letters
keys?
are D dinosaur, E elephant, G gorilla, and G sharp, sharp gorilla.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a whole strange chord that we've never had before. So absolutely write it in. But that is the coolest chord, and that's what makes the song, because then
And
you
that
can play
goes where, Dawn?
first ending and second ending.
Okay.
The E chord in the first ending and the E chord in the second ending.
Okay.
Wow, that's just like, woo! Yeah.
So you're actually playing the note G and the black G sharp at the same
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Oh, that's unusual.
Yeah. Yes. Sharp the 9. Yeah. Uh-huh. So it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Hey,
And it'll
Dawn?
say in the window, it'll say E7 hashtag 9, sharp 9. Yeah.
Dawn,
Yeah.
Dawn, I have a question. Going back to 205,
Uh-huh.
bottom of the page, I think there's a G, and I don't know if you changed the G chord.
I did. Yes. The last G on the page I crossed. Oh, I forgot that whole line, didn't I?
Yeah,
Right,
we didn't,
right.
yeah.
Sorry. Let's go back. Thank you, Kimberly. Go back to page 205. I forgot the last line. I've either had too much coffee or not enough today. Oh, make that D minor a D minor 7. Make the G a G7. The A minor is fine. The D minor, make it a D minor 7, C, D, and F. And that last G, cross it out and throw it away. You know why? Because now you have
Cross out the
time.
G?
Cross out the G. Now you have time to take your left hand and turn the page.
Now, so a D minor, whatever you change the D minor to is C, D, and
And F. Uh-huh.
okay.
Okay, so now we're at the bottom of page 206. The last E, make it an E minor, or an E minor 7, or an E minor 9. The next page, every E on the page needs to be an E minor. So A minor, E minor, A minor, and you can put a 7 or a 9 on it if you want, but every E has to be an E minor.
And what is an E minor?
E and G.
E and G?
E and G. Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Okay. Let's do the road map. Any questions on chords?
You mean you're not changing anything else on 207?
Don't prod her.
Dawn,
No.
Just be
Dawn.
happy.
Dawn, I have a
Yes.
question.
Okay.
Would you tell me the notes for the E7 sharp, the 9?
Yes. E7 sharp the 9 is D as in dinosaur, E as in elephant, G as in gorilla, and then a G sharp, which is a sharp gorilla. So yeah, it's a bunch of weird notes that you hardly ever play. So you have to write them in because I don't remember what they are either. So I just wrote
Dawn.
them in.
Dawn,
Yeah.
I think I just screwed up. I have an E and G for E minor. What
Yes.
is E7?
D, E. E7 is D and E.
Oh my God, I
Wanna-
changed them all to E and, all right.
No, it's E minor, and then if you want to put the 7 on it, you got to add the D. So you're fine. They're all E minors on that last page. So it's all E and G. Now, if you want to add the D, you may.
Now, wait a minute. There are no D and E's?
Nope. D,
They're
E, and
all
G.
E and G.
D, E, and G. You can do D, E, and G, but you have to
No,
have
wait
the
a
G.
minute. On page 207, that's what we're
Yes.
talking about,
I'm changing every single E chord to an E minor.
which is E and G.
Yep. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Roadmap. Here we go. All the first page, all the second page. It's pretty easy. All the third page, and at the bottom of the third page, that's where you have that first ending. Okay, and your 2 dots. Your 2 dots take you back to
The
very
beginning.
Okay.
So where?
The very
The
beginning,
beginning.
where you have the 2 dots. And then you're going to play all of page 1, all of the second page, third page, the first 4 lines, and then you want to take another color, and at the end of the 4th line, put a colorful 2, and drop down to the second ending, and finish the song. Pretty easy, huh? Yeah, this roadmap is a lot easier than the last one. And actually, you see a lot of chords because it's every first and third beat, but it's not that hard because you're usually toggling between 2. Let's stop right there. What did I do? I shifted it to a jazz shuffle.
Right.
Okay, so I went to a different background and I just left it on the rhythm preset 0, so I had some brass right there. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you'd have to set your preset so it would do something different. Or reach up and go to the alter style, which is not that great of a change. It's not that much of a change, but you could have done that too. And then I could have gone to the lower keyboard. So I think what I'm going to start now, I'm going to try doing it with the alter style. Let's go to line 3 of page 205. I'm going to go back to my there and then. Alter. improvisational part in here. So for those of you that like to do a little bit of noodling, This whole last page is like an improvisational page. And you can just kind of follow it and do some noodling. Just keep going back and forth between these two chords. And just noodle. Just do some fun stuff. Okay, so that's basically an improvisational page. And if you remember Van Morrison singing this, he kind of did a lot of that scat stuff, and he was kind of doing stuff with his voice. You can try to emulate that. You really can't make a mistake. You don't have to know much. If you want to put on a fake it and just do some noodling, give that a shot. If you want to follow the notes that are here exactly, please feel free to do that. But really, it's a highly repetitive song, but it's so much fun to play. And so that's why you want to break it up with either an alter style at that second part of the song, or you want to go to the shuffle to give it a different type of a feel for the background.
Dawn,
Yeah.
once you added the alter style
Mhm.
or the shuffle, you just left it for the whole song.
I did, but you actually, if you go back to the second time, you should probably take it off and go back
'Cause you're going
to.
back.
Yeah.
Right,
you should Probably
okay.
go back to. I didn't.
It gives
I
more of a
could've.
pop if
what-
you take it off and put it back on.
Yeah. Yep.
At what point do you take that off?
I
Or
would
change
take that off when you get to the end of the first ending, before you get to the well I, before you go back. Take it
Okay.
off. Mhm.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
One of them is, at what point did you go to just the lower keyboard?
Same place that I changed it to either the alter style or the shuffle, and all
Oh.
the Night's Magic. Yeah. When you go to
Now,
a
hold
different
on.
section of a song, that's where you want to change something up.
So that's when you want to go to the lower keyboard.
And if you didn't want to go to a
Okay.
lower keyboard, guess what? That's what all these presets are for. So you want to just try them and see what you got, because there's all kinds of fabulous stuff. Fabulous stuff. I usually like singing this song, but it sounds good with anything. If you like it with the piano, do not hesitate to try putting some string tabs along with it, because that might actually make it sound pretty cool too. Put on an 8 as well. And if you wanted to, you could probably put on a duet. So don't be afraid to do one button pushes when you are doing your arrangements. If you can reach up and grab some tabs, if you can reach up and put on a harmony. Now, for those of you that want to do more than a one button push, then you want to start memorizing them into that next preset, which makes it a lot easier too. Because instead of going, well, I want to do preset 1 lower, preset 3 upper, you might want to just memorize them all into your presets, and then you can just go right down the line. These were not that hard of songs today. I do have fingering if anybody wants to stick around and get the fingering, but the songs themselves were actually fairly easy. We did learn about 9 chords, major 9s and minor 9s, and we learned that this was all a mistake, and they should have put E minors in this whole chord, in this whole song.
And I have another question.
Yes.
What were you saying about the second ending? You said you were talking about the roadmap, the last part of the roadmap.
When you get to page 206, the end of line 4, you want to put a colorful 2, and then make that 2 in the second ending the same color, and you want to put an arrow. Then you know that the second time you just play that second ending. And this whole last page is really written as an improvisational section. As you can see, it's just all A minor, E minor, A minor, E minor. So if you wanted to start doing some noodling with this hand, please feel free to do that. You can follow these notes exactly if you want. You can put on a fake it if you want and just do some noodling with the fake it and see what happens.
I'm still not following you. You put a colorful 2 at the end of,
End of
is
line
that my
4.
love?
Yes.
My love?
Uh-huh. And then you're going to jump down to
Okay.
the second time you're going to go to the second ending. So the second time you're going to go from here to here because you're going to skip that first ending.
Okay.
Yeah, this roadmap is pretty easy. Okay, any other questions? These are I like this song. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. So, Moondance is just a really fun song to play on a jazz club and just have a good time with it. The other song, to be real honest with you, not my favorite song, but boy, do I love the chords. The chords are awesome. So, so if you learned the chords and that was all you learned, wow. Yeah, the chords were awesome. And we will use 9 chords in other songs again. So stick with me. We'll do some other fun stuff too. Sometimes I make wild arrangements, and sometimes the song doesn't really need a wild arrangement. Sometimes it just needs to have the right background, the right tempo, the right sound. And it's not always my favorite background and tempo. It has to be something that works for you as well. So don't be afraid to get out of your box and start pushing the buttons. You know where to email if you have any questions, or go to your favorite PA at your favorite store. Also remember, this is Member Appreciation Days. Our MAD days are in full swing. So check your emails and it'll tell you all the information you need about what's going on with Member Appreciation Days. Stick around if you need fingering. The rest of you, I love you all, and I can't do it without you. Thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dawn, for jazzing
Thank
this
you.
song. Neat.
Dawn, a question about the song form. Is this actually AABA
I don't know.
through
I didn't map
through
it
page
out.
3? Because the on the 4th line on the 2nd page,
Uh-huh.
at the end of that starts the chorus. That's the B section.
It could be.
Okay.
It's not always. That's the whole different part of the section. Yes, that's a whole
Yeah.
different part of the song. But I don't know that I would call that the chorus.
Okay.
It could be. I just think it's the second part of the song.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, well, I counted measures, and up through the next page, 206, down to the first ending is 32 bars.
Yeah, that's usually 8-bar sections. Yep.
Okay. All right.
That's very
Good.
normal. Yeah, very normal to have your sections in fractions of 8.
Okay. Just
Mhm.
looking for confirmation. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
And really, all that does is help you to know, A, where do I change my sound? Or where do I want to put in an alter style? And it's usually at the end of those 8-measure sections, or if you know that the 8-measure section repeats or goes on to something else, yeah, it's always going to be in sets of 8. Except if you're the Beatles, then they change everything.
Okay. Thank you. You know you're my favorite teacher, so I ask you all this stuff.
Oh. Thank you. Don't tell Robert.
Gotcha.
Well, I would not tell Robert. That's all right, doesn't it?
Because Robert would like you to say that he's your favorite.
Oh.
Doesn't
Thank
listen
you.
to me.
Do you happen to know what Robert's doing tomorrow for his song of the month?
I do not. I have not had a chance to ask him. He probably didn't even know until, he's been very busy too. So
Because normally he sends something out, an email with
Yeah.
that you can print out the music and
print out the
everything.
music. Yeah. Yep. I have no idea what he's doing.
Okay,
Nope.
all righty. Thank
Nope.
you.
I'll tune in and, oh, I don't think I can tune in. I'm teaching a class in the store.
Oh,
Usually I try to tune in to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's doing something else at 4 o'clock though.
Yeah, I know. He's doing a showcase tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Absolutely, he is. Okay, so for those of you that need fingering, let's go back to Mercy, Mercy Me, page 196. Let's put in some fingering. E4, F5, E4, 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 C2, C2, A1, C2. Second line, E5, E5, C3, C3, A2, A2, F1, F1, D5, C4, D5, C4, third line, C4, A2, C4, D5, A2, C5, B flat 4, A3, B flat 4, A3, F2. First ending, F2, D1, F2, G3, C5, G3, F2, G3, A4. Check mark, lift your hand. E4, F5, E4. Page 197, top of the page. A4, F2, F2. F5, E4. E4, E4, C2, C2, A1, C2, D3, C2. Second line, E5, E5, C3, C3, A2, A2, F1, F1. Third line, D5, C4, A2, D5, C4, A2, B flat 3, A2, B flat 3, A2, C4, C4, C4. Fourth line, D5, A2, A2, B flat 3, A2, B flat 3, A2, B flat 3, C4, C4. Watch this one, A3, A3. Top of the next page, G2 and E1. And your pickup note, I believe, is, I didn't check that out. Oh, that's got to be an E4. Let's go to the second ending. D5, A2, C4, A2. A2, B flat 3, A2, F1. F1, A4, A4, F2, low D1, high E4, F5, E4. E4, D3, A1. Third line, D3, C2, A1, G4, A5. F3, G4, D2. At the end of that held D, on the last measure, put a check mark. Do D3, C2, A1, C2, C2, and A1. Okay. Questions on that one before we move on?
Did you do the roadmap on this one?
Yes, ma'am, we
Yes.
did. You can catch that. Come into the store and I'll show you what that is, because that one's a little bit,
All right.
yeah, we'll catch, yeah. No problem, Sherry. Let's go on
Okay.
to Moondance, page 204. All right, E1, A3, B4, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, E1, A3, B4. Second line, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, A3, B4. Third line, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, E1. You're going to find this is just all finger patterns, by the way. A3, B4. Fourth line, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, C5, A3, B4. Top line, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, low G, low E1, A3, B4. Second line, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, A3, B4, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3, low E1, A3, B4. The next line, C5, B4, A3, B4, A3, G2, A3. Check mark. A1, B2, C1. Circle it. That's a thumb tuck. F4 on the last line. G5, F4, E3, A1, B2, C3, D4. C3, D4. Turn the page. E5, A1, B2, C1. Circle it. That's a thumb tuck. F4, G5, F4, E3, A1, B2, C3, D4, C3, D4, E5. Check mark. A5, G4, E2, high A5, C1. You might want to put an arrow on this next one. Make that D a 3. C2, D3, D3, C2, D3, A1, A1, A1. High A5. Fourth line, G4, E2, high A5, C1. You might want to put an arrow on the next D. Make it a 3. C2, D3, D3, C2, D3, A1, A1, A1. First ending. The E can be a 1, and then A, or you can throw that E away if you want, because there's no lyrics to it. A3, B4. Second ending, E1, A2, B3, high E5, E5, D4. Top of the next page, D4, C3, D4, E5, D4, C3, C3, A1, 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 A1. Third line, A1, high A5. Imagine that. G4, A5, G4, E2. Check mark. D3, C2, D3, A1, A1. Low A1, high A5, G4, E2, A5, G4, E2, A5, G4, E2, D1, C2. Circle it. That is a crossover. D3, 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 C2, D3, and A1. Now remember, that whole last page can be a noodle page. You can just noodle and do just about anything you want. It's an easy song to try your hand at improvising because there's only those two chords basically. And just try improvising and see how it sounds. And you might come up with some cool things. Or not, you can just play what's there. That'll be fine. Or put a fake it on. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Let me read these chats here to see if anybody wants to do Sharona. Yes, no, yes, yes, no, no. Wow. It's pretty split.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Yeah, I knew that song was going to be controversial. People either love it or they don't because it was kind of a punk rock song.
Don,
Yeah.
what? Can you explain noodle again?
Noodling. Noodling is just kind of it's improvising. Basically, it's just improvising.
Making up your own notes.
Making up your own notes, absolutely.
Oh,
Try some phrases. Yeah, try some phrases that you think might work for you. You know, if you're playing this. Just making up notes.
I don't know. I thought noodling was just hitting two notes.
Yeah, if you've got fake it on. If you've got fake it on, then noodling is just doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're improvising with no fake it, then you got to hit more than just those two notes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
if
you.
you're faking, you noodle with just the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, noodling is really just improvising, finding your own notes. Just
Okay.
messing around, letting your fingers do some walking around the keys.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Connie. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're probably going to skip my Sharona just because too many people say no. I kind of figured that would happen. That's okay.
What are the songs next week?
Next week, we're going to do one song. We are going to do My Eyes Adored You.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know I tried that.
My eyes adored you. No, I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Yeah, fun stuff.
Long song.
Yeah, fun
Yes.
song.
Long.
It's pretty.
Mhm.
Pretty song. Okay, I'll see you all next week. Some of
Thanks, Dawn.
you in the
Thank
store.
you,
Thank you. You guys
Dawn.
are awesome.